Welcome to Pattycakes, and I am Patty. This is my Science of Cooking final project. The plan is for me to make 3 chocolate cakes with different ingredients in them in a regular oven. The first cake will be made with red Merlot wine and applesauce. The second cake will be made with Coca-Cola. And the third cake will be called my almost flourless cake. And since this is a reality video, I will be reading most of my recipe. Each recipe should give a different result as far as taste, texture, and appearance. For the cake, I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I've prepped 3 6-inch round pans with parchment paper on the bottom, and I put cooking spray around the edges. Using my stand mixer fitted with a flat beater attachment, I'm going to cream the butter on low speed. Okay, I'm going to add in the sugar and continue beating until the mixture is light and fluffy for about 3 to 5 minutes. It looks about creamy now. Now I'm going to add in the sugar. And while that's getting creamy, I just want to make a note that the red wine that I'm using is Ent wine. Merlot, California, 2011. It says it's juicy and mouth-watering, and it would make you think of midsummer plums and cherries with a hint of black tea. Alcohol doesn't bake out fully, so I would not give this cake to children. It's for adults only. Just another minute here and you should be ready to add the eggs. I use room temperature eggs. And I do crack my eggs on the edge of the bowl. Some people crack their eggs on each side on the table, but I found cracking them on the bowls would be more successful. Okay, next we're going to add in the vanilla, and I've used organic vanilla. And then we're going to add in the applesauce. I've used unsweetened applesauce. The applesauce provides moisture and sweetness, acidity, and fresh fruit flavor, which all have beneficial effects in some recipes. It can be added as a supplement to a cake prepared normally or used as a substitute for some of all of the fat or liquids. Applesauce in place of the eggs makes the cake chewier. Vegetable purees, such as baby food, can also be added to cakes for added moisture and nutrition. Okay. I'm going to turn that off now. And in a separate bowl, I'm going to do some sifting. So we have flour, 2 cups of flour and a tablespoon. We have cocoa, and the cocoa I used is imported from Holland. It's non-GMO, which means it's no genetically modified organisms. Using lots of cocoa balances out the alcohol. The amount of cocoa powder intensifies the taste. The kind of cocoa you use will also affect both the taste and color. As I said, my cocoa is a premium cocoa from Holland, and you can also get a natural unsweetened Hershey's cocoa, which is a little bit cheaper. It's probably half price. Okay, after the cocoa, we're going to put in the baking soda. And baking powder, salt, and cinnamon. Okay, that should do it. Okay. Now I'm going to remove the bowl from the mixer. And I'm going to fold in the flour mixture 1/3 at a time. And I'm also going to fold in 1/3 of the wine. So let's put the 1/3 of the dry ingredients in first. Now we're going to put 1/3 of the Merlot wine in. Smells very rich.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, now we've combined all the rest of the ingredients, and we're going to divide it equally into the 3 pans. Certainly looks like it's the right texture. Okay. Just spread that out. Okay. Okay, I don't think I want to do that. Okay, so now we're going to put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Welcome back to Pattycakes. We have taken the cake out of the oven. It took a little longer than the recipe called for. The recipe said 25 to 30 minutes. It took more like 35 minutes. And we're gonna let it cool now for 20 minutes before we take it out of the pan. But in the meantime, I just want to mention that cakes as we know them today only came on the scene during the 18th and 19th centuries, when the lightness created by the leavening power of yeast was replaced, first by eggs and then by chemical raising agents such as bicarbonate of soda. Raising agents provided a greater leavening power than yeast with much less time and effort. Welcome back to Pattycakes Central. Well, now we have taken the cakes out of the pan and they have cooled completely. So now we are going to make the frosting. We are going to put the butter and the cocoa and the vanilla in the mixer at medium speed for a few minutes. And I'd just like to take a moment here to say something about the cocoa, how it was labeled non-GMO. That labeling is not required on everything nowadays. But I would like to say I am pro-GMO, and I do think it's a viable solution to feed a hungry world. Okay. So that's mixing. Medium. Now we're going to add some confectionery sugar. 5 to 6 cups, 1 cup at a time. And we're going to add a little more wine, Merlot wine to it. Okay, start adding the powdered sugar. It's a little messy. A little wine. I guess I haven't perfected the technique here. Okay, so I think we have the right consistency now. So we're going to start frosting the cake. I think I ended up putting 5 cups in. It said 5 or 6. 5 worked for me. I'm going to use a smaller spatula, it will work better here. Okay, we're going to put a thin crumb layer in between each cake.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, we got this first layer done. We're going to add the second layer. Let's see, can you see? Okay, and put the third layer on. Okay, so I'm just finishing up frosting the cake. And I think, this is my first time making a reality video, and it's gone pretty good so far. It made enough frosting. By the way, if you're looking for the recipe, all you have to do is Google chocolate Merlot cake and you'll find it online. Okay, how does it look? I think it looks pretty good. Okay, I'd just like to say thank you for watching the video, and been wanting to do this. Bon appetit. It's pretty good. So stay tuned for part 2 of the Coca-Cola cake.